All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Wednesday night live business presentation. I'd like to thank you for joining us. My name is Gordon Daniel, and I live just outside of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And my wife Joy, and I have been involved with Nu Skin for just over a year and a half now, and we're extremely excited about the changes that it has enabled in our life to move from a place where we didn't have a lot of freedom and we were working as employees to a place where we now enjoy freedom on a daily basis, and we have our own business, and it is truly a blessing that we're able to create this type of a legacy. So what I want to do is quickly just run through a quick overview about why we're so excited about this business and about why you may want to consider looking at a business yourself. And so that's where I'm going to start. This chart here, this is kind of grim statistics, but I'll explain it to you. On the left side here, there's out of 100 people that reach the age of 65, most of them don't accomplish what they want to financially during their lifetime. And out of 100 people at age 65, 16 of them are dead. 66 of those people are making an income under $30,000 a year. Only 13% are making an income over $30,000, between 30 and 60, and just a very small 5% are making over $60,000 a year. And that's not a lot for a lot of people when they want to retire, and most people want to increase their standard of living. What they're finding is that they're not able to, and they're either, at this point, dead, broke, or they're still working. And this is the reality for a lot of people right now in our economy in North America and around the world in a lot of countries. Now you'll notice on the left side here there's 1%, that slim little gray percent, and that's the 1% of the people at age 65 who actually make it financially. They become wealthy and they're able to do what they want to do with their life. Those are the gray-haired couple walking hand in hand down the beach on the front of the retirement magazine, and that's what everybody has, in their dreams and what they want to accomplish, but a very few actually get there. So how do we accomplish that? Success leaves clues. So what can we do to duplicate that success, right? So what we've found is that 1%, how they did it is on the right side here. And so this other pie chart, what you can see is some of them were the top CEOs of companies with big stock options. Some of them were the top professionals in their field. We like to call it the lucky DNA club. So those who were superstar athletes, some of those may be superstar kind of movie stars and people in that field, and entertainers. But most of the people who did it, that wealthy 1%, 3 out of 4 of them did it by owning their own business. And so that's the good news here. That's the good news, is that 3 out of 4 people that did make it did it with their own business. They either bought one or they started one themselves. And that's what we want to focus on, is if we want to create financial stability in our life and for our family moving into the future, generational wealth, kind of legacies to leave for your kids and their kids and their kids, we need to look at things a little differently. So, being an employee is great. If you love what you do and you're happy with working for the rest of your life and not really increasing your financial position, then that's great. You know what? Be an employee and love what you do, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you really want to increase your position financially and create real freedom for yourself, it's time to look at the facts, and it's time to look at starting your own business. So, starting your own business, that's not as easy as it sounds, and it's fraught with, risk. Most businesses after a couple of years fail, and so you have to think really hard about what it is that you're going to do, and make sure you choose really carefully if you're going to start your own business. And if you're middle-aged, if you're over 40, say, you need to really be careful, because if you blow it and this business doesn't work and you lose everything, you are out of runway. You don't have enough time to start again and to build a new business and to build it up to the point where it's providing you with this passive residual income that buys you the freedom. And so with this in mind, I'm going to explain to you some very key points here. These are 5 areas that you want to explore if you're going to look at owning your own business. And this, this may or may not be for you, but pay attention and take this away from this presentation. And if you're evaluating other opportunities, make sure that all of these 5 points are intact. And so we're going to look at the trends, products, and science. The company itself has to be really solid. It has to have a fantastic compensation plan that's going to provide what it needs for you. And the timing has to be right. The timing has to be right for the company, and it has to be right for you. And so we're going to step through these real quick here, just one at a time. Now, the trend is your friend. The trend that we're all looking at right now with our business is the anti-aging trend. 10,000 people a day are turning 65. And worldwide, what those people are looking for is products and services and technology that makes them look and feel younger. They know they're going to get old, they don't want to look ugly, right? They want to feel good, they want to look good, and that's what they're spending their money on. And this market is projected to be a $1 trillion market by 2025. So when we talk about anti-aging, we look at it in a couple of different ways, and I'll explain that to you. Here's an example. What is happening to my face as you get older? Well, here's what we're able to do. We're actually able to reverse the signs of aging and actually the causes of aging on the inside at the genetic level, and that's very exciting. And this is after 5 months from left to right, after 5 months using some of our technology and some of our products, and you can see there's a massive difference here. Who wouldn't want to look 5, 10, 15 years younger and be willing to pay for it? And there's a big business attached to that. The other key part of the anti-aging trend is obesity. Quite frankly, 3/4 of the U.S. and I think it's 2/3 of North America is overweight, and 1/3 of those people are clinically obese. And so what if we found a way? What if we found something that was able to solve that? Because for a lot of people, this is a big problem. So if we look back, from 1985 when we started collecting this data, this is the United States, but it's the same in Canada. I mean, let's not kid ourselves, right? So the darker blue areas, these states are states that have 10 to 14% of those populations obese. And as we roll through the years here, we can see that there's more and more states that are having higher and higher rates of obesity. And it gets worse and worse. And we start coming up with new colors, and now we get some orange, and that means that there's 25 to 30% of those populations are obese. And by 2010, this is the latest data that we have, you can see here that at least 1/4, and in some states more than 1/3 of the population is obese. So this is absolutely an epidemic. It is getting worse. It's not getting better. It's an extremely expensive problem, and it will bankrupt our countries because the chronic illnesses that are the result of obesity are extremely expensive. So nothing to this point has proven to work. The rates continue to rise. So how come? How come 95% of diets don't work? Let me show you. This is Joe. So Joe weighs 230 pounds. This yellow silhouette here is the silhouette of Joe's body. And on the inside, this red silhouette, that is Joe's body engine. And so this is his muscle tissue and his organs, and this is what is burning calories every single day. So let's say he's burning about 2,000 calories a day. So Joe goes on a diet. He wants to lose some weight. And he does. He loses 30 pounds. That's fantastic, right? Well, maybe not. Let's look at this. If he loses 30 pounds and 10 pounds of that is actually lean muscle tissue, he has just damaged his body engine because he doesn't have as much muscles as he did before. And because of that, he's not able to burn as many calories as he did. His metabolism is actually reduced. And once Joe goes back to his regular eating after his diet, he gains more fat than he did in the first place because he's not burning as many calories as he did because he doesn't have as much muscle. He's damaged his body engine, and he balloons up to 20 pounds more than he was when he started. And this is so common, this yo-yo effect, and this is what we're looking to switch. We're going to look at a completely new approach to how we look at obesity, to how we look at weight management. And I'm using different terms now. I'm starting to talk about this, and this is the direction we're going. It's about having a healthy body composition, a good balance of lean muscle tissue, and that's what's going to burn the calories at rest. So what we've come up with, the solution to this finally, is something called TR90. Total redesign in 90 days, a reset at the genetic level so that you're able to build muscle, burn fat, have an increased metabolism, and have better control over your cravings and your mood and your choices around the things that we do, the food that we put in our body. And so I'm going to explain a little bit to you about the science. I'm not going to get into that too much, but this is really part of the trend that we're on, and I'm actually getting now into the next part of this. So this is a huge trend. It is projected to be over $500 billion market next year. So how much of this market do you really need to get just a little slice of it to create the freedom that we're all looking for? The basis of this comes down to something called epigenetics. So epigenetics is the greatest discovery of our time, according to Time magazine. And what they're saying is that our DNA is not our destiny. That in fact, our lifestyle choices affect how our genes work, how they express themselves, and the signals that they give our body. And this regulates the rate at which we age. So, here's Dr. Oz, and he's basically put it in a way that might be a little easier to wrap your head around. That 80% of our genetic material is made up not of genes, but of gene switches. So these switches cause changes in the way a gene works, and this is called gene expression. This is epigenetics, and this is the basis of our technology. So here we are at Nu Skin Labs. This is some of the technology that we're using here. We grow this company by innovation and acquisition. When you're a $2 or $3 billion company, you can go out and you can look for things that are going to set you apart from the competition. So Nu Skin funds investment into research at major universities across North America, and when they discover something that's valuable and patentable and it's going to give them a competitive edge, they fund it. And this is how they discovered LifeGen Technologies. LifeGen here is the third company under Nu Skin Labs. And so this is really what has set us apart. Once we acquired LifeGen, we love what they're doing and the science that they have, the world's largest database of genetic anti-aging research. This is when AgeLock was born. AgeLock is our brand, and we were actually featured on the Discovery Channel last year. This is Dr. Joe Chang, our Chief Scientific Officer. Discovery Channel featured us in December, and you don't just pay to get on Discovery Channel. It has to be something really, really sound, and really solid, and really breakthrough to make it, to have a feature. And so that's really exciting. That's a huge mark of credibility. And so this brand that we've created, we call AgeLock. This is the ability to lock in the age of your body because we've been able to reset the genes that regulate some of those functions related to elastin and collagen production in your face, so that you're actually reducing the fine lines and wrinkles without just topically applying something on your face, and doing it with energy production in our cells at the cellular level. And this is something that's never been done before, but it's proving to be, there's a huge demand for this. These are just some of our world-class scientists that are on our board. We have more scientists here at Nu Skin than the rest of the industry combined. So this is absolutely a science-based company, rock solid in that department. This is extremely exciting. I like this part of the company because we have a huge focus around nutrition and the importance of nutrition. Because if we want to live healthy, we want to live not just a long life, but a good quality of life and have a healthy life, then we need to have adequate nutrition in our bodies. And antioxidant protection is so key to that. And we have the only piece of technology in the world that's able to measure our antioxidant protection, measure the level, the concentration of antioxidants that are in our body. And what we have here on the left is our biophotonic scanner. And so in 30 seconds, non-invasively, we're able to test that. And now what we can do is show people that our products are actually working. We can validate our science and what we're doing and offer people some security. How do you know that your supplements are working? How do you go into a health food store and there's 1,000 bottles on the shelf? How do you choose? And now we have a way of proving what's good and what's not so good, maybe what's not working for you. And it's an interesting thing to note that as we lose body fat, our scan score, our antioxidant protection actually increases. Here's Dr. Oz. He actually featured our scanner recently on an episode about the importance of antioxidants for the prevention of cancer. He scanned his entire audience, and everyone was extremely low. 85% of the population is in the lower categories on this range of scan scores, and he scored 75,000. So absolutely, the choices that you make and how you live your life and the things that you choose to put in your body, including supplementation, have a big difference. They make a huge effect on how healthy you are. And so that's our anti-aging from the inside out. Now, as far as the outside in the aesthetics realm, we have some breakthrough technology. On the left side here, something called our body spa. This eats cellulite, sags and cellulites, tones and tightens skin all over your body. Blue vials there, those are the gels for the galvanic face spa. And so the galvanic face spa is doing the same thing on the face, removing fine lines and wrinkles, decreasing pore size and tightening the skin. This is our daily transformation system. So cleanser, toners, and creams that some of the highest concentrations of anti-aging products that we have. And then here on the far right, this is the anti-aging from the intracellular level, actually resetting our body to produce more physical, mental, and sexual energy, more vitality to get us through the day, and then at night to have a cellular detox to clean out all the byproducts and waste from a hard day and make sure that we're revved up and ready to go in the morning. No stimulants or no caffeine. These are natural products that have extraordinary results. This is a demonstration of the Age-Lock Galvanic Spa in 6 months. When people have these kinds of results, it's extremely emotional, and it's something that's consumable, and it's something that they're going to do again and again and again. And that is sustainability in our business. Here's another example. This is True Face Essence Ultra, which now is an Age-Lock brand. It is guaranteed in 4 to 4 clinical studies to increase the amount of elastin in your skin to that of a 20-year-old. Absolutely incredible product. This is an example of the body spa and the ability to tighten and tone around the stomach area here. And there's our body spa. So moving on to the company itself, the third key area that we want to look at. There is a huge amount of credibility here. It's a 29-year-old company that is publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange. And I would encourage you, if you haven't already, to look up the ticker NUS on the New York Stock Exchange and have a look at the growth they have gone through in the last 3 years. In particular, in the last year, we've seen the stock price run from $30 to $120, and there's a lot of indicators that it is not finished. And knowing what's going to be rolling out here in the future and how fast this company is growing is extremely exciting. It's an indicator of what's to come. We are in 53 countries. We've won numerous American Business Awards. We have an impeccable credit rating with Dun & Bradstreet. And Forbes magazine rated us the 5th most trustworthy company in America recently. And that's all wonderful and that's great, but what I like is that line in the middle. 300 million meals now have been fed around the world to malnourished kids with our Nourish the Children program. And currently we are shipping Vitameal, this meal product that we've created to help malnourished children get back to good health, and we're currently shipping it over to the areas in the Philippines affected by the typhoon just the last week or two, and so making it a direct impact on the world every single day and making a difference. This is our headquarters in Provo, Utah. The building on the left is our headquarters, and what you see right there in the middle is a brand new anti-aging research innovation center. This is the largest center of its kind in the world, and it cost $130 million to build, paid in cash. Ribbon cutting ceremony just last month in October at the global convention. Extremely exciting to be able to go down and see this and tour this building, to host events there and bring new people and show them. This is the Taj Mahal of our industry. This is really exciting what's going to come out of this innovation center over the decades to come. So I want to talk a little bit about something called an LTO. LTO is a limited time offer, and it's something the company does when they release a new product. And they began this a couple years ago, and it compresses a large amount of activity, large amount of sales and volume into a small time period. And what you can see is that each successive LTO has been increasing in volume. The number of sales, the millions of dollars of sales have been increasing. And what we've just witnessed in October on the 15th is the launch of the world's first genetic weight management and body shaping program, which we call TR90. And that's how I opened this up with, is a little bit about TR90. This was launched, the first LTO, in October, and this is kind of how it works. It's pretty incredible. You have the ability to create leverage worldwide. We have the ability to create leverage worldwide with an incredible distribution network, and that's what we're setting up, is essentially distribution channels locally and internationally to bring this exclusive product to market and be paid very, very well to do that. This was the biggest consumer product launch of all time. To give you an example of how big it was larger than when Apple released the iPhone 5. We sold over $600 million of this product globally. The allotment for the Americas region, North and South America, was sold out in about 2.5 hours. The next LTO will be coming up in April. We expect to sell twice that much in, I would say, at least half the time, if not less. So, moving on to compensation. If you're going to build your own business and you're able to start part-time with no capital income, and grow it at your own pace, network marketing is the business for you. It gives you the time you need and the training to grow your skills to the point where you're able to be rewarded extremely well, to recruit and to train and to build these distribution networks. You want to reach something we call executive as quickly as you can. This is really where you begin to make some real money in the compensation plan. And the way we want to do is duplicate executives. We want to become an executive factory and help other people to do that. So if you can find 4 people to become an executive, just 4 people that want to change their life and create a little bit more freedom, you become a Ruby executive, and that's the number 4 beside this little blue guy here. And the average monthly commission for a Ruby executive in 2012 was just under $3,000 a month. Now you find 6 executives, and your average monthly check is going to be in the range of $5,000. You find 8 executives, frontline executives in your organization, and that's worth $10,000 a month to you. Now what's really exciting is that, once you start creating executives and you figure out how this works, this is a system of duplication. And once you hit 12 frontline executives, you become what they call a blue diamond in the company, and the average the average monthly commission of blue diamond executives in 2012 was over $50,000 per month. What else could you do? The average time I think it takes for these blue diamonds to reach that is about 7 years. What else could you do for 7 years of your life and be left with a business asset that pays you $50,000 a month? Something that you could then basically, if you set it up right, you can walk away from it and have it just continue to pay you and provide you with that income and allow you to do the things in life that you want to do, to contribute and give back and make a difference and to leave a legacy for those around you. 4, 8, and 12. Most people that make it to Ruby, that get to 4 executives, I think 95% of those people go on to become a blue diamond executive. The company pays. In 2012, they paid over $900 million in commissions worldwide to their distributor workforce. And this year, in 2013, they will hit, for the first time, a new record of $1 billion in commissions paid. So there's a lot of money being paid out to distributors. Right now, every 4 days, a distributor with the company reaches their first $1 million in accumulated commissions. And as we grow, as this company moves from a $2 billion company to a $3 billion to $5 and to $10 billion by the end of this decade, we are going to see more and more people become millionaires with this company faster and faster and faster. Soon it will be every single day that a new distributor makes it at their first $1 million, and then it'll be 2 people a day, and then 3. This is going to explode. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and this 4-year run that we've got ahead of us at least is unprecedented because of age lock. So how do you get started? We want to become a product of their product. What that means is that we have our own experience of this product so that we can then begin to share that with people, so that we can then begin to help other people to make a positive difference in their life. And so the company has conveniently packaged up some of the most common products into something we call kits or packages. And so a lot of people, if they just want to be a customer or a casual distributor, will get 1 or 2 packages. Those people that really see the vision and they want to make a go of this, you do what we call a business builder package, where you get 3 of these packages and the company will ship you a 4th one for free. That means you've got, say, a little bit of inventory, or if you've got one to roll over and sell, you can experience them all. Maybe, Christmas is coming. It would be a great gift for somebody. Can you imagine giving the gift of health to some of your loved ones? So absolutely, the timing is right for new skin. Everything is in place. The proven management over 29 years have proven just that they're able to grow this company in an incredible way, and they will go from $3 billion this year for the first time to $5 billion and to $10 billion by the end of this decade. So it's all very exciting, but the question remains, is the timing right for you? And that's all we're here to put out there. I'll submit to you that this is here. It's happening now, with or without you, with or without me. This is all going to happen. And so the question I ask, is the timing right for you? And if it is, then certainly you'll want to get a hold of us and see what's the best way to get started and see how we can support you to do that. When we look out, 2013, this year, Gamma is what we call code name, what we had for this TR90, this genetic weight management program. Let's say you get started right now, this is showing you the piece of the pie as the market grows. Getting in and building your network, and then we know in the next couple of years there's going to be another breakthrough product that's going to get launched, and the business will grow. And then another couple of years, another breakthrough product is going to be launched, and the business and the market will grow even more and grow again. And so having a piece of that market share, it is going to just grow exponentially as this business explodes and as this company delivers these breakthrough products to a very hungry market. So with that, I'm just going to wrap up with something. This is Nourish the Children. I mentioned it. It's an initiative of New Skin Enterprises. And it may be 5% of what we do, but it truly is 95% of who we are as distributors. That is a quote from our founder, Blake Roney, and it really is something you can feel when you talk to people. These are people that care. This is an incredible, incredible organization that is really, truly making a difference around the world. And so with that, I'm going to wrap up. Thanks so much for your time, everybody. And I look forward to hearing from you. We will be doing this every Wednesday. If you would like an invitation, please feel free to send us an email at joydaniel10, JOYDANIEL10 @gmail.com, and we'll make sure that you're on the next call. Thanks very much, everybody. Bye for now.